Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about iterators and iterators in Python. Why we need iterators? So iterators are much more better in terms of time and the space complexity as compared to your normal data types like list. So if you are iterating over a list for a large data set, then if you are looking for a performance improvement, then rather than iterating over a list, you can create an iterator for the same and you can iterate using iterator. So how you will create iterator in Python? So let's say you have a list which contains 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. If you want to create an iterator for this, then specify a variable name. We have a built-in method called iter and just specify this list. So now if I print this I, it will show me, okay, it's a list iterator. So if I want to get the values, I will write a for loop over this I instead of writing over this L, or I can call the next method which we have discussed in generators also. So now if I see next of I, it will give me the first number. So if I say next of I again, it will give me the next number, or I can write it as for value in I, print the value. It is much more efficient than iterating over for value in L. Now we have itertools module which provides a lot of interesting functions to work on with iterators. So for that, first thing we have to do is import itertools library. So I'm saying import itertools. Let's say you have multiple lists 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. L2 is equals to, let's say, 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. Let's say you have L3 is equals to 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000 and 5000. If you want to create an iterator which will iterate over L1, then L2 and then L3, then we have one method called chain. So I'm saying iterator itertools.chain and just specify the list which you want to convert into iterables. So I'm saying L1, L2 and L3. So it will give me a chain object. So now if I print this I, okay, so it is an object of this itertools.chain. So if I want to see the values, either I can use again the next method, that is next of I, or I can write a for loop. So now if I write a for loop, let's say for value in I and then print the value. If you see, now it will iterate from, okay, first list, then the second list and then the third list. If you don't have this method and you want to iterate over L1, L2 and L3, then you have to construct a single list using your extend method, and once you have the final list, you will write a for loop. So it's much more better way to write your iterators. If you have a list of values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, so when you write a for loop and iterate over this list L, so it will start from this element and it will stop at the last element. It will not again continue from 10. If I want this list to be iterated multiple times, then I can create an iterator using cycle method and then I can iterate continuously. So I'm writing for value in itertools.cycle of this L. So the cycle method, it will create an infinite iterator over this list L. So that is the reason you have to provide some condition, it will stop the execution. Okay, so I'm saying if count is less than 20, then print the value, else break. I need to make sure that I'm incrementing the count value, otherwise it will go into infinite loop. So I'm saying count plus 1. So now if I execute this, and if you see the output, so it started from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. After that, again it will start from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Again it will start from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 till it counts the 20. If you want the same list multiple times in every iteration, then instead of cycle, I can use repeat. So I'm copying the same code, Ctrl C. Okay. So instead of cycle, now if I say repeat, and if I execute this, so in every iteration, I will get the same list. So again, it will keep on iterating infinite time. So I need to provide a condition. At that point, it should come out of the loop. Let's say you are creating an iterator that is 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay, so I'm creating an iterator over this list using this iter method. So L. Now let's say I'm writing for value in this I and print the value. Okay, so I printed all the values from the iterator. Now if I try to write another for loop or just next method, print next of I, it will throw me an error saying stop iteration. Why? Because this iterator is now exhausted, all the values are already used and I cannot change the position back to start of the particular list. Okay, so I can traverse using iterator from left to right and I cannot go back on it. Okay, so if I want a multiple iterator for the same, so itertools provide one method called t. So I have this iterator and I want a multiple object of the same iterator. So what I can do, okay, I'm saying itertools dot t of this I. So now if I just print the t, so defaultly it will give me two objects to iterate with. So now I can say okay, value in t of 0, because ultimately it is a tuple of two values. So now if I iterate, it will give me 10 to 40. And if I want to again start from the beginning, then I can say for value in, this time I will use t of 1. So now if I execute this, so this will help me to iterate over the same list again. Okay, if I want to create multiple objects, then I can specify how many objects I need. So now if I say 5 and if I just print it, so it will give me 5 iterable objects for the same iterator. Okay, so now you're writing for loop again for value in I and print the value. Now let's say you only want to iterate over the first 6 elements. Okay, or let's take it as 8 elements. I cannot provide a slicing here the way we have written in case of list. So start from 0 and go till 8. If I try this, it will throw me an error. So if you want to create a slice of existing iterators, then we have a method called islice. So itertools dot islice. So first argument, you have to specify the iterator, you will specify the start point and you will specify the end point. Again, your end is not inclusive. Okay, so now if I execute this and if you see the output, so it will iterate till 300 only. Okay, so using this, now I can create a slice over a iterator also. So we already discussed a range function. So what is range function? So if I say specify the start and specify the end, it will generate all the numbers from 10 to 49, right? So in case of a range, I have to specify the endpoint. I cannot generate an infinite series number, okay? But let's say for a few mathematical calculations, you want to generate your Fourier transform and you want a series of infinite numbers, okay? So your itertools will help in that. So now if I say for value in itertools dot count, so for this count method, I can specify the start point. So if I say 10, this is a start point. I can specify the increment, but I cannot specify the end. So it will start from 10 and it will continue till infinity. So I need to make sure that again I specify any exit condition for the same. So again I'm using the count variable. So I'm saying if count is greater than 20, then break, else print the value. We forgot to increment the count. Alright, that's the reason it went to infinite loop. So I'm saying count plus 1. Alright, okay. So it will start from 10 and it is adding the values with increment of 5. So if I don't do this, defaultly it will increment it by 1. If I don't specify this, defaultly it will start from 0. So I can specify the start, I can specify the increment, but I cannot specify the end for the count method. So last two methods, that is your permutations and combination. Let's say you have a list of 6 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It's like you are rolling a dice. And if I want to select all the combination of selecting 2 value from this, so in that case I can use itertools dot permutations. I am saying okay, from this list pick 2 values. Okay, if I want to see the results, either I need to typecast it or I need to use the next method or a for loop. So I'm typecasting it to a list. So now if I see the results, it will give me all possible combination of selecting 2 numbers from 1 to 6. Alright, so for now I'm reducing the number. Let's say I have 3 numbers and I want to select 2. Okay, one more method, and that is your combinations. So in case of permutations, I will get all possible combinations. So 1, 2 and 2, 1 will be 2 separate values. But here in case of combination, it will only select 2 numbers. So that's all about itertools library. Using this, you can perform various operations on the iterators you are creating. If you have any queries, feel free to post it in the comment section. I will help you to resolve them. Thank you.